Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to today's weekly reading. Thanks so much for joining me. We are going to cover your recent past, current energies, and near future energies, as well as the main energy that is going to be your focus for this week. And at the end, we will close it off with some energies that the universe needs you to keep in mind this week. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Show me the energies for Virgo. Show me the energies for Virgo for this week. Show me the energies for Virgo. Oh. Okay. Past. All right, we'll take it. Present. You guys are bringing in the heat. My future. Main energy to focus on for this week. 6 of Wands. All right, Virgo. Let's talk about this, shall we? So, in your recent past, you get the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Swords. There is a relationship here or a connection between you and another person, which there's a lot of love. It's a powerful connection, and you are all up in your head about it because you feel like it is over. Now, the reason I say feel and not it is over is based on the cards that are coming up in a minute. Okay. And so whatever this connection is, you are all up in your head. You're thinking it from now to 7 ways to Sunday. And the reason you're all up in your head is because you think it's over. Either you feel defeated in the situation, like you don't know how to move forward, or you think that it's genuinely over. So what's the point of me actually doing anything? We're going to get to that when we clarify. In your current situation, you get the 9 of Swords, the Lovers, and the 3 of Swords. Once again, Virgo, you overthinking? Never. You're all up in your head. There is anxiety, there is fear, there is pain about this connection. The 2 of Cups, the Lovers. This is a powerful connection for you. I can tell. I can see that. This is super, super powerful. And you're all up in your head about it, and now I understand why. Because there's emotional pain here. There is heartbreak. Either you're experiencing this heartbreak. I'm leaning towards the fact that it's the both of you. This heartbreak is affecting both you and this other person in different ways, but you are definitely all up in your head about it. You were up in your head. You are up in your head. You're anxious about it. You're anxious about this connection because there's a lot of pain associated, and I can see why that is causing all these extra thoughts for you. In the near future, you would get the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Star. You're wishing for balance. That is like your one true wish. Like the Star is showing up here letting you know, like Virgo wants balance. It's what they want. But do you really want balance? And the reason I ask this is because the 5 of Swords is coming here, which is telling me that this might be a bit of a deceptive energy. You're showing up as wanting balance, okay? Like you're hoping, you're dreaming for balance, but there's something that you're lying to yourself about here. There's something that you may not even be aware of that is self-deceptive, which is why I ask, are you sure you want balance, or are you maybe not so sure that that's where you want to take it at this point? Okay, we're going to clarify in a minute. The main energy for this week that you want to focus on is the 6 of Wands, victory. You want to feel victorious. You want to feel good about something, successful about something, okay? So, we're going to keep that in mind as we clarify, but let's clarify, okay? Let's clarify the 2 of Cups in your recent past. Let's start off with that. What is this 2 of Cups about? 6 of Wands showing up again. So for the 2 of Cups, you get the Tower, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. This is telling me you have this relationship, you have this connection with someone, but it's coming in. The main energy that I'm getting here, which may even be like a surprise to you, is that you are enjoying your independence. You are showing up as independent. You are showing up as single, which is telling me that even though you may feel this connection, like you may have love for this person, you may feel like you are in a connection with someone, but you're not actually in a relationship. right? And so what I mean by that, it's like, it could be one of those like human things where it's like, oh, we didn't put a label on it yet, or this is the connection, we broke up and we're not together, but like, we're not technically together, but like emotionally we're together, like we're connected. And so, what's showing up for me is that you're showing up as single, you're showing up as independent, and you're showing up as working and being successful at being single, if that makes sense. So you want this connection, but there's another part of you which is kind of like, I'm independent. I got me. I'm doing me, and I'm feeling good about it. And I think this tower is here to tell me that this might actually show up as a surprise for you. You're kind of like, kind of wasn't expecting to feel good about being single, but I do. I kind of got me. So that's showing up for me in your recent past, which is a very interesting energy. I kind of like it, not gonna lie. So, Two of Swords. Let's clarify the Two of Swords in your recent past. What is this Two of Swords about in your recent past? What is this Two of Swords about? For the Two of Swords, we get the Judgment, the Four of Cups, and the Three of Wands. You are going through a transformation, okay? There's a decision here that needs to be made. And I feel like you're the one that needs to make this decision. You're unhappy. You're unhappy. In the past, you're showing up as being unhappy and waiting. There's a lot of waiting. You're up in your head. You're confused. There's a lot of waiting. And I feel like this waiting is self-inflicted because you don't want to make this decision. You notice that you're unhappy. You're feeling this energy where you're like, ugh, this sucks. Like, ugh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so like, man. And sometimes it might even creep up on you. Like, you might not even realize why you're annoyed, but all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're like, I feel like doo-doo. I don't like this. That's because there's a decision that needs to be made here, and you are putting it off. You are not making this decision. You're just kind of waiting, and all you're doing is you're waiting in your own misery. You're unhappy, but you're not doing anything about it because you're all up in your head, which is a great place for you to be now, isn't it? That was sarcastic. What is this Ten of Swords in the recent past? What is this Ten of Swords about in the recent past? What is this Ten of Swords about? I see. For the Ten of Swords, we get the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Hierophant. This is definitely a commitment. This might have even been a marriage or something that felt like a marriage. Something very, very serious. Could have been with a water sign. It could have been with a water sign. Doesn't have to be, though. I'm seeing a lot of love. You want to take action. You want to move towards this person, take action towards this person. There's a lot of love, and this feels like a very big commitment. Like I said, it almost feels like a marriage, even if it wasn't a marriage. Like it felt like it, again, even if it wasn't. But you're not taking action because you feel like it's done. You feel like there's nothing to do in this situation, despite the fact that you have so much love, despite the fact that you have all these feelings. You didn't want to do anything because you're like, oh, it's done. What's the point? Why would I even bother doing something in this situation? Oh, it's a tough place to be. But I'm going to be honest with you. This Ten of Swords seems like it's this feeling of defeat, like it's done. This doesn't seem like it's done. Doesn't feel like it's done to me. I'm going to be honest. But just wanted to put that out there. All right, so let's talk about the current situation. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords in the current situation. What is this Nine of Swords about in the current situation for Virgo? What is this Nine of Swords about in the current situation? You know, it's funny. The reason I laugh is because the Magician card, it fell out as I was shuffling, and I didn't even ask the question, so I don't pick up cards that just fall out. And so I just put it back in the deck, and I kept shuffling and shuffling, and the universe is like, no, you needed to see that card, so you're going to shuffle, and we're going to give you this card again. The universe does not mess around, you guys. So for the Nine of Swords in the current situation, you get the Magician, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Wands. You want happiness with this person. You are manifesting it. You are actively manifesting happiness with this person. Like, this is what you want. I don't know if you're even aware of the fact that you're manifesting this or not, but you are. But here's the trick. Not the trick. Here's a little like caveat to this. Um, it's hard. It's hard for you, and I can see that it's hard. Like you're all up in your head about it, which is making this desire, this manifestation very, very difficult. So I see what you want. You want happiness. You're actively manifesting it, but it's hard because you're all up in your head. You're so anxious. You're so scared. You're so sad and like in pain, and that is actually stopping this manifestation from coming true because the universe is like, oh, okay, you want this, we want to give it to you, but instead of you actually just being like, okay, I want this happiness, I'm manifesting it with this person, I have a connection with them, the lovers, which is super strong, but you're also mixing in like muddy negative energy. So the universe is like, well, do you want it or do you not? Because like you say that you want it, but then you're also upset about it. But we don't want to make you upset, so we're just not going to give it to you. You're actively blocking your own manifestation with all these thoughts and being all up in your head about it, Virgo. You need to get out of your head, which I know is easier said than done. Trust me. But you are actively blocking your own manifestation. So with you being up in your head. What is this lovers in the current situation? Let's look at the lovers in the current situation. What is that all about? For the lovers, you get the Six of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the World. There's definitely an ending here, you guys. Definitely an ending. You're showing up as wanting balance with this person. You're very attracted to this person. There's a lot of passion here. You are very, very attracted to them. And the Six of Pentacles is showing up again in your near future. But this is coming to an end. Something about this energy between you wanting to achieve balance or you trying to achieve balance with this person is coming to an end. And I feel like this is something that you are actively doing. Like you are like, okay, I'm done. I feel all these things, but I'm done trying to actually take action on this. Like I'm putting this to an end. I can't keep wanting to achieve balance with this person. And again, I think it's because it's so difficult for you because you're all up in your head and because of this Three of Swords, which is emotional pain. There is heartbreak here. And I can see that you want happiness. I can see that you want balance. But I also see that you're up in your head. There's a lot of swords, and that is really preventing you from achieving this. And so I feel like you, in the current situation, you might be kind of saying to yourself, like, what's the point? What is the flipping point? This is exhausting. You might even be thinking like, oh, this is never going to happen. Like, why am I even trying? And you may just be like, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't want to try anymore. That's what's showing up in the current situation. Let's see the Three of Swords for the current situation. What is this emotional pain about? What is this Three of Swords about? What is this Three of Swords about? For the Three of Swords, you get the Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, the King of Pentacles. And there it comes back up again. So you go from, I want happiness, but it's so hard. I want balance. Forget it. I'm done doing this. And you're back to, but I want a relationship with this person. You're showing up as feeling a lot of passion and feeling very like a desire to actually take action and do something about this connection, this relationship, this Two of Cups, which showed up in your recent past. I see you wanting to take action in the situation and move forward, move towards something long-term, something stable, something balanced, essentially. Like I see you wanting this, but in the current situation, you're kind of like manifesting, oh, but this is too hard, I'm going to stop. Oh, but I want this again. And I kind of see this on like a loop. You guys need to get out of your head. You can achieve this. You're manifesting it. There is a strong connection here. This isn't all up in your head, but you need to get out of your own head if you want to make anything happen. Let's take a look at this Five of Swords in the near future. What is this Five of Swords about in the near future for Virgo? What is this Five of Swords about? Oh. So for the Five of Swords, you get the Chariot, the Moon, and the Five of Pentacles. you want to move forward towards this person. And now I understand why it's showing up as deceptive. You want to move towards this person. You have the desire to move towards this person, but you are carrying a fear that it is not going to happen. You are terrified with this Five of Pentacles that this is not going to happen, that this breakup is not going to get fixed, that you guys are going to stay broken up. Like, you have this fear, and the moon is telling me that you're not even aware of the fact that you have this fear. On the surface, if we were just looking at your conscious thoughts, you'd be like, yeah, I want to move forward. I want a relationship. I want happiness. I want to be with this person. But then subconsciously, in a level that you are not even really aware of, you have this fear that it's not going to work. You have this fear that this person is going to abandon you, that they're going to leave, that, like, you know, everybody else leaves, nobody else gets me, this breakup is not going to ever get fixed. Like, what's the point? And this fear in the near future is coming up for you, and you need to deal with it, which is why this whole thing, this desire for balance, is showing up as deceptive, because you want it, but you're also actively blocking yourself from achieving it in the current situation with being all up in your head. And in the near future, with these abandonment fears and this fear that it's not going to work out, it's surfacing. And so you're basically, you're kind of like pushing and pulling at the same time, which is why you're not moving anything. You're trying to move forward, but your fears, the subconscious fears, are pulling you backwards. And again, you have to address this. You can't just be like, oh, well, you know, these fears are going to resolve themselves. No, you have to face these head on in order, first of all, accept that they're even there, right? Because the moon is telling me they're subconscious. You're probably not even aware that they're there. Accept that they're there. Take them and work with them. Okay? Let's look at the Six of Pentacles in the near future. What is the Six of Pentacles about in the near future for Virgo? What is the Six of Pentacles about? Oh, what is the Six of Pentacles about? The Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Temperance, the Ace of Cups, and the Devil. You want balance. You want a new beginning. You want a new loving beginning with this person. I can see that. However, two things here. One, patience, you guys. I understand that you want it and you want it now, but you need to be patient. This has been going on for a while. You are going to have to be patient. The universe is asking you for this patience when it comes to this Ace of Cups. The Devil is also showing up here, letting me know that you have your own fears that you need to work with, which is tying back to this Five of Pentacles. You have a fear of abandonment. You may have a fear of this isn't going to work out. You need to work through these fears before this Ace of Cups can happen. And I think that's also why the universe is bringing in the Patience card, which is kind of like, you need to take the time to actively work on this before just forging ahead and being like, I want love. I want this relationship with this person. Yeah, but what about everything else? You think this is just going to go away? Because it's not. All right? And this is what the Devil is here to remind us of. What is the star in the near future for, these cards are going over. In the near future for Virgo. What is the star in the near future for Virgo? The star is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Fool. You want a new beginning. Again, I'm just repeating myself. You want to take a leap of faith on this person. Like, you're super attracted to them. You want 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 to just kind of like be like, F it. I'm jumping in. I'm going in. I'm doing it. But then on the other flip side, you're kind of like, holding yourself back because of this emotional pain. There's a lot of pain here. The Three of Swords showed up in your current situation. The Three of Swords is showing up again in your near future. There is pain that has not been handled here. It's showing up with your own fears and stuff that you have to deal with, but also pain in the relationship that has probably not been addressed, which is why this whole thing has not come to fruition yet. And so I can see you're wishing for like a new beginning, a carefree new beginning with this person who you're extremely attracted to, but there's emotional pain that needs to be addressed here first before you can move forward with this new beginning, or else it's not going to get off the ground. This has to be addressed first, you guys. There's a lot of things that is coming up for you to work on in the near future. but I see them as being very transformative in like the best way. Okay? Let's see what energies the universe wants you to keep in mind this week. What energies would you like Virgo to keep in mind this week? What energies does Virgo need to keep in mind this week, universe? What energies does Virgo need to keep in mind this week? The Two of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Page of Swords. Okay. Again, there's more waiting. There's more waiting. Why am I getting that there's another person involved all of a sudden? There's more waiting. With this Two of Wands, it's telling me that there's more waiting coming up for you, and I understand why, because you do have stuff that you need to work on. What I would say is do not, basically balance out your emotions and your logical and your mind, right? Don't go too far in one direction. I don't want you to be entirely logical. I don't want you to be entirely emotion based, but keep both aspects of you active as you're working through this, as you're going through this whole process, because that's the way that I think, based on these cards, that you're going to be successful. Because going too far one way or the other, going way too much into your mind is not going to be beneficial. Going way too much into your emotional aspect is also a little bit problematic, going based off of emotions. Balance them out. Balance them out. That's going to be the recipe for success for you. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you here again next week.